Hello, everyone. I'm Jack Fisher. Welcome to my world and welcome to my YouTube live stream. Hope everyone is doing well. Hope everyone had a great week. I am here with a live stream that is kind of part of a reaction, kind of part preview. There's a lot going on this past week, especially with respect if you're for X-Men fans and X-Men comics alike. It was kind of a weird week in the sense that there was some really exciting news because we've got some really good previews. We got a lot of early reactions for X-Men 97, and all the reactions were really good, and that kind of comes on the heels of apparently like the lead writer being fired. But I don't want to touch too much on that. I do want to talk a lot about X-Men 97 because the premiere is this Wednesday. March 20th, believe me, I have that marked. And just so everyone knows, the plan right now is for once it airs, I am going to do probably a Jack Quick Reacts. I'm just going to plug in my mic, plug in my, and just start, reacting with kind of an script, kind of like what I do with this stream. And then just post that and see where it goes from there. I might do that for every episode if I can. That's a big if. Kind of depends, but I do know there's going to be quite a few. We got actually know the synopsis for a lot of the episodes. Some spoilers also did leak on 4chan and on social media. So if you want to, So if you want to avoid those, just be careful because those are live. Those are going to be out there in the ether. I think all the first 3 episodes were aired at an event earlier this week, but now the spoilers have definitely leaked. We know what's happening in the first 3 episodes. I'm not going to recount. I'm not even going to try to post a link on some of the stuff that has been posted. I admit I've seen some of the spoilers. I'm trying to avoid all of them, but from what I have seen, it looks really exciting. It's going to definitely get people talking, hopefully for all the right reasons. Because this is a show that I've been looking forward to since it was announced. This is a show I never ever thought would happen, and if this is how Marvel is going to bring the X-Men back into back to prominence after kind of being sidelined because of the Fox deal and because of all the Fox movies, I'm for it. I am ready for that. However, before I am going to get in on the X-Men 97, I'm going to start talking a little bit about the comics. So I'm also going to bring in some of my friends. My buddy Agent-G's in the wings. My buddy Thunder's in the wing. I'm going to check with him in a bit. I'm going to just a bit. Yeah, I'm on Discord right now. So the first thing I want to do, the first thing I want to do is I want to make sure I give everyone a basic premise of what was announced. Now it was teased earlier this week that after the Krakoa era, as we know it, is ending, which has a lot of people, including myself, anxious. But we also have what comes after that was officially announced. We got a new creative team, got a new editorial staff. Pretty much the slate is being cleaned. And starting in July of 2024, this new relaunch is called From the Ashes. This was actually teased a month ago, but now we actually have some real previews. Now I'm going to show some quick images right now. So bear with me. I'm going to enlarge some of this. So this was the teaser that was announced. This is called. This was the new line. There's going to be three books, main books: Uncanny X-Men, just adjectiveless X-Men, and Exceptional X-Men. And some of these characters are brand new characters. They have not been in any comics before. These are kind of like brand new debuts. And some of the other these characters, they're already going to be prominently featured in X-Men 97. So we've got the creative teams, we've got the lineups. Now we've also been told that what we see here is not going to be complete. This is going to fluctuate. That's to be expected. All X-Men teams do. And we've also got these are the creative teams. We got Gail Simone, Jed MacKay. Jed MacKay, by the way, has been doing really good work on Avengers, so definitely check that out if you can. And Eve Ewing on Exceptional, which looks like it's going to be it's going to feature Kitty Pryde and and Emma Frost. Those two, when those two team up, it's always kind of fun. So yeah, but I really like that fact that Gail Simone I really loved her work on in DC, what she did with Batgirl and Birds of Prey. You know, she definitely shined there, and I'm really glad she's getting a chance to write the X. But she's also a fun follow on Twitter. She's has a lot of interesting comments about X-Men and Marvel in general. So I'm certainly going to keep an eye on that. All three of these books, if they were announced before the Krakoa era, I would be excited. But the thing is, these are coming after Krakoa, and it's I'm going to try to get into it a bit later, but I kind of have some mixed feelings about it, simply because this is basically, it feels like they're saying Krakoa is ending. All the progress that they made, because people forget when Krakoa started in 2019 with House of X and Powers of X. That was a massive reinvention, a massive reinvigoration of the X-Men on such a huge level. Like when I saw those it felt like sort of like the finale. It was like the series finale of a long-running TV show, and how well it was done and how big and bold and comprehensive it was. It really felt like a natural progression for the X-Men, for mutants, and their place in the Marvel Universe. And but this just kind of feels like a setback. The one thing is, I can confirm right now they're not going back to the Xavier Mansion. That's actually not happening. One thing that was announced with this is they're actually the Xavier Mansion is going to be turned into a prison for someone called Prisoner X. And Prisoner X. Everyone assumes it's Charles Xavier. I'm not as convinced. I think there's a 90% chance it's Xavier, but I think it might be someone else. That's just my gut feeling, because it seems almost too obvious for it to be Xavier right now. Now, hey, David, thank you very much for joining me. Yes, I would love for Gail Simone to reboot Amazing Spider-Man. That would be very ideal, but unfortunately, I don't think Spider-Man is salvageable. Amazing Spider-Man is salvageable for the time being, but now she'll get a chance to write characters that she's good at writing with Uncanny X-Men. So I'm hoping that will. I'm sincerely hoping that will pan out. And by Thunder, yeah, I'm going to bring Thunder and Agent-G on in just a bit. So guys, just if you're listening to this, please sit tight. I'll bring you in just a sec. And I was kind of going on is. This feels like this announcement from the action. It feels so muted because, for one, it's saying Krakoa is gone. Every solicit says Krakoa, as we know it, is gone. Now they don't say destroyed. That is something that I have noticed. But whether it's destroyed or not, the fact that it's gone, it means all these three teams that you see here, they're not going to be they don't have a base of operations. They don't have an island. I think the Cyclops' team is going to be based in Alaska. Emma's and Kitty's team is going to be based in Chicago, and Wolverine and Rogue and Gambit's team, they're going to be in New Orleans. So they're all going to be scattered about. Now, these aren't the only books that were announced. Let me bring up the other. Now, we also found out that there's going to be a bunch of solo series, including one for Phoenix, X-Factor, Storm, Wolverine, NYX, and X-Factor. Now, we don't have many details on these 6 books. We assume we already assume kind of things like Phoenix. We actually kind of know what's going on there because Jean had a solo series recently that she kind of reconnected with the Phoenix Force, and then there's a new series. There's a mini series called X-Men Forever, which is going to sort of tie in to what's going on in Fall of X. The title alone suggests that it's just going to explore Jean's connection with the Phoenix. Storm might explore, what happens. She was a queen of Morocco for a while, and now what is she? We don't know. And NYX, there is a rumor about that it's going to feature Kamala Khan like she's going to lead like a bunch of young mutants in New York City, which she's from Jersey City. That makes a lot of sense. X-Force, we don't know much about. X-Factor, we don't know much about. Wolverine, don't know much about that either. We don't know if he's going to be on X-Force or anything. We'll have to wait and see. But this is what to expect. Now, the only details we have other than this are rumors. I'll go over some of the other announcements later. But that is where we are with respect to the X-Men comics now. So having gotten that out of the way, I'm going to bring in Thunder and Agent G. So G, just give me I'm going to start a voice call.
Hey there.
Hey G, what's up, my friend?
Just finished the Final Fantasy VII stream. So
yeah, I was able to catch some of that. So definitely, and again, I just want to got to give you a quick plug. If anyone can, please check out my friend Agent G's Twitch stream. He does a lot of them regularly. He's been streaming Final Fantasy VII lately. Please check it out. It's a lot of fun. So yeah,
I bounced back a couple times. I usually stream Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, and Saturday afternoon.
Okay, sounds
good. You guys be on Twitch TV at Agent__G_. And I know there's a lot of underscores. I'm trying to fix it.
I'll put a link. Don't worry, man. I'll put a link. So yeah. So I don't know how much of that you caught. I'm going to actually try to bring in Thunder as well. So let me see if I can add him. Let's add. Oh.
Hello.
Oh, hello there, Thunder. I think I just lost G. I am messing up with the group chats here. I apologize. Hold on. Technical difficulties. Might have to like double. Might have to just try to let's try to. Okay, now here we go. All right, now you guys are both on. Sorry about that. I messed up.
Yeah.
Hi guys, Thunder.
Hey there.
Hey.
How you doing, my friend?
All right.
Hey, could you turn your?
Other than that.
All right. Thank you both very much for joining me again. So yeah, these Agent-G and Thunder are both good friends of mine. We join each other on their Twitch streams and on their various other streams. So thank you very much for joining me. So this was a busy, eventful week in terms of comic news, especially for X-Men news, and that's kind of what I've been focusing on. So we got the first reactions to X-Men 97. I'll get into that in a bit. But with respect to the comic news, that seems to have a lot more people divided. I don't know how much you guys were able to see it. I'm going to bring up the actual announcement.
Yeah, I've seen that already. The 3 teams.
Yes.
3 comics, and then all the things at the bottom.
Yeah. So what's your initial reaction to it?
They've got the main cast of the X-Men right there, but what about all the rest of them? You know, all the New Mutants, the ones that are currently in the sewers at the moment, fighting, that sort. Where are they? Are they going to be in those other 6 comics? Is Jean forming her own sort of side team in her main comic, or that sort of?
Like,
you can
the
tell
problem is there's just so many X-Men now. It's hard to get them all.
That's always been a problem going back to the 80s. But from the looks of it, I've got let me see if I can enlarge this a little on OBS. Well, what's been going on with is apparently Jubilee. The main characters are, one of them is going to be Jubilee. Which makes sense because it's synergy with the 90s show, and we see kind of her like the whole team, all the X-Men and all the mutants are kind of scattered right now, and like they don't have a base. There's no mansion. There's no island. They're basically all completely like disassociated. So we do have this one image of them in this weird, it looks like some weird steampunk base of operations. I'm guessing where Magneto is going to be there. But yeah, we don't know much about about their operations. We just know that, yeah, they're going to all be scattered, at least for now, at least at the start.
Did you like? Do you have that on your stream or something? I thought
Yes,
you
I
were putting
do.
it on
Yeah, I have it
let me
on.
just.
Yeah,
All right.
you see it?
Yeah, I thought you were gonna post it in the Discord.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, actually, let me post the link to what I'm looking at in the Discord, so you guys can look at it on your
Yeah,
own
just so I
accord.
can
So,
see it.
yeah, this is courtesy of Bleeding Cool. Now, just so you, Bleeding Cool is where actually they is a pretty good site in terms of posting rumors and seeing like hints, but like I actually know the webmaster Rich Johnston. He has he's pretty well connected. He's had some good inside scoops here and there, and it's actually he's got a pretty good track record in terms of reliability. So the only thing is he did seem to get the creative teams right. He didn't get the titles of the books being launched right. So he got like only half of them right. He thought the adjectiveless X-Men series was going to be a Cyclops solo series, which, oh yeah, he's the leader, but he's not. It's still a team book, so that's where we are now. So
Yeah, like I noticed, like I saw some of these pictures before. Like Cyclops' new uniform it's kind of interesting. For instance,
Sign down of the Xavier School for the Gifted Children. Is that from the COVID era?
I don't know, but
I think they're just doing it just because dirty mutants or something,
yes,
or because of all the construction.
that too. Yeah, well, based on from what I'm looking at here, I think well, what I saw in the trailer is this. What's happening here is the government is taking over the Xavier Institute. They're not like it's not like the X-Men are moving back into it. What's happening is the institute is being turned into a special prison with only one prisoner. We don't know who it is. Everyone assumes it's Charles Xavier. Personally, I think that might be a little too obvious. So
Plus, again, I don't know what the legality of this is. Like the only other mutants I could think of that would be require that kind of like for one person to be in jail would be someone like Proteus or
yeah,
I don't know. Like no, wait, Legion's fucking dead. But,
yeah, Legion's dead.
Well,
So
mostly dead. There's a little bit of his
yeah,
personality left in. I think was it Armor's head or no, it was the chick with the no eyes. Whatever fuck her
You
name
think
is.
it could be Nat?
yeah, that's Blindfold you're talking about. Yeah, Blindfold.
Yeah.
So yeah,
How
actually,
about Krakoa instead?
if it was if that would be interesting. If the prisoner X was Krakoa, like
Well, the vault, there's a little plant part with a tree sticking out of it.
yeah, if that was Krakoa, that would be an amazing twist. I would absolutely that would definitely that would definitely get people talking. I would totally love that. But right now, if it was Xavier, that'd be like it would be the most predictable. Yeah, it would be the most predictable. But the thing is, in all the teasers, yeah, and all the teasers say that Krakoa is gone. They don't say destroyed, but they just say it's gone. So
that could go either way. Yeah.
Yeah, we don't know if they're playing word games, but I don't think the editorial is that smart. No offense to any of them. I mean, I don't think they could be that creative to make Prisoner X Krakoa, or make Prisoner X maybe Moria. Like maybe this is like this.
Yeah.
If it's Moria,
It's much from Moira.
yeah. If Moira, if that Prisoner X is Moira, and they have to keep her alive, otherwise she'll reset the timeline. That makes a lot more sense. But it is going to be, yeah. I'm hoping it's not as predictable. It's not as predictable as it looks, because the way it looks right now, it feels just like a downgrade. I mean, I can understand if they were kept Krakoa in prison, then that would explain why the X-Men are completely scattered, because they don't have a mansion, they don't have an island, they don't have a base at all right now in this relaunch. So that's going to be a yeah.
See, this is why when they had the X Corp, they should have sold off all their assets.
I agree.
I mean, if I was like was it Monette and pretty much Emma Frost were running the X Corps, they were like had a couple of like backup places just in case. Because how many times has the mansion been destroyed by this time?
Yeah, exactly. That's one of the reasons I didn't want them to return to the mansion, because they're just going to get destroyed and blown up. So another interesting
thing, like that image right there you're stuck on.
Yeah, which one?
With the city with the X on it.
You mean
every time I look at it?
Yeah, this is it right here.
I keep thinking Yeah, every time I look at it, I keep thinking of that city. It keeps reminding me of Metroplex for some stupid reason,
I
like the
I,
Transformer.
I could totally see it. It does look like Cybertron. So yeah, it does
I
have
don't
a
know why.
cyber.
It's just like maybe it's just the
That
big
is what I
tower in the
think.
center kind of
Yeah,
thing. It just kind of
I
reminds me of
think
that toy.
it's Iceman in that comic
yeah,
because if you look, there's like ice all over the pipes.
yeah. So maybe it's at the North Pole or something. Maybe it's a former Weapon X facility.
Uh, could be like, yeah, it could be like a former Weapon X place. Like they had a couple in Canada and stuff. So
Yeah,
why not?
yeah, yeah. So yeah, actually,
Although
that makes sense because yeah, it
the one
says
below that, could you tell me who the hell that character is on the left? The chick with the fire and the
that's Oya.
weird.
Oya. She was one of the
Okay, I know
five
her.
lights. She has both ice and fire powers. So yeah, she showed up a
I
few
figured.
times. Yeah, but she was from back during like when Hope
Wolverine.
Summers was first arrived. So yeah,
Wait,
Yeah.
is that image photoshopped in?
no,
Because look at the fire. It looks like it's cut.
yeah, that might just be some kind of yeah. This is the image I got from Bleeding Cool. So yeah,
No, no, I meant like maybe when they made the image, they
Even
actually just
even
draw the
later,
characters and posted them in.
well,
yeah. That's just shoddy workmanship on their part.
Yeah, because that flame doesn't look natural on the edge there on the right hand
Yeah,
side. Because it looks
you're
like you
right.
can tell.
And I have it zoomed in, so that does kind of look a little
yeah,
wonky.
Yeah, it looks like someone took the eraser tool and kind of like cut it down for some reason.
Whatever it is, that
or
must
I
have been
would
an
say
intern or a very
they,
poorly paid intern.
Yeah.
or do you think there might be some sort of speech bubble that might go there in the future, and that's why.
Oh, maybe that's why.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, they can't spoil what they're about to say.
Yeah,
No, we already knew
that might
Magneto was
explain a few
coming. Yeah,
things.
we already know Magneto is coming back. Yeah, there's an ongoing miniseries called The Resurrection of Magneto, so that kind of gives it away. So
Yeah, and on Kitty's team, I noticed I can see Kitty, Emma Frost, and three unknowns.
yeah, these unknowns are brand new characters.
That
We
explains it.
found out that yeah. Let me show these three. The three that you're seeing next to Kitty and Emma. These are entirely new characters that Eve Ewing is making from scratch. So they are going to try to do a little something different. So yeah, we got some new X-Men characters coming about.
I don't know about that. I feel like if they wanted younger mutant characters, they have a whole slew of them they could grab and come back.
Yep.
Oh, there it is.
Like they brought back Kid Omega, and no one really likes him.
Yeah. Well, no one likes him, but the fact that he's so unlikable is kind of what part of his appeal. He's a character you
I
just
tell
love to
you,
hate.
I tell you who
Eh.
you don't see the
Who you-
Stepford Cuckoos anywhere.
That's a good
What?
observation. Where the Cuckoos?
Oh,
Yeah, that is interesting. Yeah, good point. Maybe we'll have to see
What
where.
what's happening with Emma and Tony's relationship?
Yeah, there's
Well,
there was
argue she is or not married to Tony at the moment.
that'll be either determined in either Iron Man or down the line.
yeah. My gut tells me it's going to be somehow undone because I don't see them keeping that out beyond the current Iron Man series. Personally, I would like it if they found a way to keep exploring it simply because one of the things to keep in mind is that the writer of the X-Men series is also writing the Avengers. So that means there could be some room for synergy between X-Men and Avengers comics. So that would give a good reason for Tony and Emma to stay involved at least. But one thing I really do not want to see happen is if they just Moria resets the timeline again, and this is what we get. I think that would be
Actually, you know what would be
God.
interesting? Tony could. Did Tony get control back of his company yet?
no. That's actually that hasn't been resolved yet. That story
Okay.
is still not complete. It's
I'm
probably going
just
to.
saying, like, probably is like maybe a gift for helping him out. He could probably give him like at least a tower or something.
That would
I
make
could
sense.
totally see like a giant like tower with an X on it.
I would love that too. Yeah, maybe that's one way that.
Dark X.
Oh wait,
Yeah.
yeah, wasn't that the X Factor building?
Yeah. Well, actually, no.
Yeah.
X Factor wasn't that. They had the ship. They had ship. Remember?
Was that a ship?
Yeah, that was like a ship
Yes,
that was in the middle of New York City. They had the
It's
sentient
also
ship.
in the X-Men animated
Yeah.
series as well.
Yeah, but it was only for one episode. Sadly, I remember that episode. So yeah, but we'll see. Yeah, my gut tells me that they're not going to let Emma and Tony stay married. But if they do, I would love to see that explored because it feels like they'd be throwing that away too quickly. But yeah, wouldn't be the first time they've thrown that kind of thing away. So, but another interesting rumor that I heard. Now, this rumor came actually from an unverified source that has a mixed track record. And they said that there's going to be a budding romance, and it's going to be a queer romance. Like, the rumor is it's going to be Magic and Kitty. Like, those two are going to get serious. Have you heard of that?
I'm getting a little sick and tired of them forcing like these kind of weird pairings together for some reason.
I know.
No build up or anything. It's just like they just do it. Like how they suddenly made Iceman gay after like decades of never having it happen. And it's like, oh yeah, he's just gay now. Like what? Yeah.
When? Well, to be fair, the Kitty and with Kitty and Magic, it wouldn't be completely out of left field. The two, I think, in the early Krakoa comics, those two, I think Kitty did kiss her at one point, but nothing really.
It's also kind of weird because wasn't she like her babysitter at one point?
Nope, no, I don't think so.
I think she was because like she was kind of like a almost older sister type. Remember when Magic was like a little young girl with in the X-Men, like
Magic on the other.
And like her and Kitty had like a sisterly kind of a thing going.
Hey, that's might be just how it starts. Limbo might have changed that up.
It's still kind of creepy though when you think about it. It's like, I'm going to date this one girl who I used to know as like a 5-year-old. Like that's.
Well, I don't think Magic is possible. It's possible for Magic to have a traditional romance. She's, being the queen of Limbo. There's just no way she could ever have anything normal.
The queen of Limbo.
Maybe if they make maybe with like someone like who's the fucking guy who's the Hispanic ghostwriter with the car?
Robbie Reyes is his name. Robbie Reyes.
That's it. That was the name I was trying to figure.
Yeah, maybe she wants something. Maybe she just doesn't swing that way.
Like some sort of. Yeah, or they could make like some character who's like, maybe a warlock kind of who's trying to do good or something like her.
Yeah, but the thing is, Magic has never shown an interest in men. Like, unlike Ice Bobby.
I don't think she's shown an interest in anyone really.
No, but that's the thing. Yeah,
like because all that time in hell kind of made her like, I don't care about this kind of stuff.
Yeah, well, maybe that'll finally change because I think if they want to do something that bold, this might be the time because they're on the run and Kitty and Matt and Ilyana, they do have a history, and if they want to kind of explore that'd get people talking. I mean, it would get talking more than if Kitty went back and dated another guy named Peter. Like she's dated 3 guys named Peter.
I mean, Peter, Spider-Man's single, so. It kind of worked in Ultimate Spider-Man for a while.
You're right, yeah, but
it could be Cyclops and Psylocke because they did have sort of a history where she was trying to have an affair with him.
Well, Psylocke is dating John Greycrow, aka Greycrow. He's Scalp Hunter.
The thing is, which Psylocke are you talking about? Because her history is really confusing.
Yeah, it is right now. Well, I think Quanon, the ninja, she's dating.
The problem is they keep bouncing back between who is in control of the body. So it's like you're never too sure who is actually what because they keep retconning like, oh no, it was actually my body, my mind in there. But
and then Betsy, also Betsy Braddock, she was actually involved with Rachel, his daughter. So
yes, Prodigy. What was she calling herself?
Is in Excalibur. Yeah, she became Captain Britain.
But we don't know what happens because Rachel's in Dead X-Men. We don't know what happens in that. And
that issue came out just this past week, so we know Rachel is part of that. So, we also, since we don't see Rachel in any of these promos, my suspicion is that she's going to be somehow involved in that Phoenix solo series that I mentioned.
Hopefully.
Yeah,
I feel like she's a character that gets constantly underrated and underused.
Yeah. Yeah. Plus, this
since Excalibur kind of ended, she kind of has been in and out. She had a kind of for a little bit.
Wait, where's Rasputin?
After Jean died, kind of thing, and Emma was mentoring her, kind of thing.
I remember that. I remember
she kind of had some good moments, but then after that, it's like, she's gone.
Yeah, I remember that era. That was that was an interesting time for Rachel, and I actually thought before she got sent into space, that was actually a good. I really liked what they were doing with her at that point. But if based on what's been going on with Jean reconnecting with the Phoenix Force, I'd be surprised if Rachel did somehow get involved in that. So that's something we don't.
Be kind of neat to have like a series with Jean going with like and Rachel.
Yeah,
those two haven't really had enough like time working together.
Yeah, they really haven't. I mean, they were kind of a full family unit for a while during the Krakoa era, but then Rachel kind of got involved in Excalibur with Captain Britain, so she kind of got that kind of went to the wayside. But yeah, this would be a good time for her to get get some family time in, and they could go on some like cosmic adventure, because she's been connected to the Phoenix Force too. So that plus the series is called Phoenix, not Jean Grey, so that assumes it could involve other people who have interacted with the Phoenix, and Rachel is one of them.
Does that mean the cuckoos are in there as well then?
Yeah, that could be why we're not seeing them. Plus, if you one of the things, if you look on the web page on my site, I have it. It says they keep saying "from the ashes," which that implies that at some point the Phoenix Force is going to play a role. We just like one of the other rumors I got from an unverified source is that this new relaunch is going to kind of set up, like the first big arc is going to involve an event with the Phoenix as the major player. So that makes sense. I mean, if it says from the ashes, I mean, that's not really subtle when you look at it. So who knows what
honestly, every time the Phoenix gets involved, they should just like I remember when the whole Phoenix Force was coming back and the whole X-Men versus Avengers thing.
Avengers,
and, I think it was like Captain America or something was like no, I'm paraphrasing. Like every time this thing comes around here, people die. Do you really want this thing to come back here?
What happened to Namor?
Because this thing is nothing but trouble.
It was, but at the same time, it's later on in that same arc, the Phoenix is the reason why the mutant race was saved. So it's a mixed bag.
Yeah, but then like it got split into 6 pieces, and those people kind of got like power hungry and started like
because
destroying.
Yeah, all because Tony shot it with a giant gun. So that's his solution. He like shoot the problem until it's not a problem anymore. Yeah. Well, yeah. What do you expect was going to happen?
If it had been the British way, it would have been a knife.
Oh, okay. That's so. Yeah, Tony did the American way. Make a big gun.
Well, Tony is the kind of guy who like acts first and thinks afterwards.
Yes, exactly, and that's kind of why he's such a fun character. And I got David in the chat. We're going to talk about X-Men '97, but not done yet with the comics.
Again,
yeah,
Wolverine has killed the Phoenix before with knives.
He has, yeah. And a few alternate timelines, he even was possessed by it, but those are like alternate timelines. Like there was one What If issue where Storm got the Phoenix Force, but so it's not like it kind of depends on the circumstance. But yeah, I would like it if we get like a Phoenix Corp, like a Phoenix book is like a Phoenix Corp type story, because we know that has existed going back to like
the White Hot Room and God, that was confusing as hell. With Dark Beast trying to get that egg.
Yeah, I remember that was the Here Comes Tomorrow, and now we had and then we had in the recent comics Mother Righteous, who was Sinister's wife. Yeah, and she tried to use the Phoenix to her own end. So
it's the original one you see in the animated series that he sort of heals.
We don't know yet. Yeah, Mother Righteous is a relatively new villain, and she's definitely set herself apart as being pretty detestable. So yeah, I would love it if she showed up in a later season, but I know she can't show up. Probably not even in season 2.
The photo, it's got Juggernaut, Cyclops, Beast, Magic on it. Why does that look like young Cyclops?
I don't know.
It does kind of look a little younger.
I think
that could just be our style.
Yeah, it does. I actually checked Ryan Stegman. He's the artist. He actually showed another version of He actually had to confirm that's adult Cyclops. It's not a time displays. That's just how the drawing came out. I mean, just look at Beast's face right there, or look at Kid Omega's.
Evil Beast is suddenly good again.
Yeah. Well, the reason for that was actually explained in X-Force.
Running around.
Yeah. Yeah, so apparently that whole thing with Beast, that's going to be resolved in the pages of X-Force. So
Excellent.
so hopefully, yeah, I'd like Beast to be
Well,
likable again.
hmm.
I know that's probably asking for a lot, but so this is kind of what
Yeah,
we're.
oh, I'm in my bad mood today. Oh, I'm in my good mood all of a sudden.
Yeah, that does kind of. So yeah, by the way, here's a list of the other the solo series. I don't know if that the it's a little blurry here on Bleeding Cool, but actually let me see if I can bring it up on
Hard to identify. It says Wolverine. Which one? Logan
exactly.
or X-23?
Yeah, because they both go by they both go by
Yeah, they're
This
just
is
sharing a name now.
this is getting like confusing in Marvel, where you got like 2 Spider-Man, 2 Hawkeye, 2 Wolverine. Is there anyone else
Well,
that
technically
has like
there
2?
is 3, but one of them's dead. I hope she comes back, because that was so sad, having to let her go like that. Talon, if you're wondering.
Talon. Yes, Talon is what. Yeah, she was kind of like a botched like. Yeah, I remember that, but yeah, she's gone now. So, but yeah, so this is I have on my stream right now, just kind of like the full slate of books that are launching this summer. And the one thing, another unconfirmed rumor is that NYX. I don't know. I think the three of us we're old enough to remember when NYX came out in the early 2000s.
Yeah.
That was like part of the really overly dark and edgy era of comics, where everything had to be dark.
I feel like they went a little too far.
Yeah, they went.
I feel like they were doing. Let's go as dark as possible, as shock value as possible.
Yeah, there's
Let's
no
turn X-23 to
a lady of the night. A lady of the night.
I was thinking of that. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Thanks you for.
Who was like 15, I guess, ish.
Yes.
At the time.
Yep.
It's like, guys, really?
Yeah.
I know in real life shit like that happens, but come on, this is comics.
I know.
You really need to do this.
It was a weird. Yeah, man. It's a weird time, and like I've looked back at some of those books. None of them have aged particularly well. Compared to even some older books from the 90s and 80s have aged way better than that. Like the early 2000s.
Like what it is I remember back when 9/11 happened, everything started going dark at that point.
Okay, that makes
had
sense,
like a darker tone to it, and I feel like that carried over for like at least a decade.
Sad but true, man. I think you're right about that. And
I'm
so
just thinking back to all the comics, the amount of scenes where you had all the rescue workers digging, and everyone's like, "Shh, I hear something," and oh god,
yeah.
And I'm like, you will get people who buy comics, and they'll be like, "What's this about?"
Yeah. It was a strange time, but that's why I strongly believe that NYX is not going to be that dark. I do think my hope is that NYX will somehow involve Kamala. I mean, she's a mutant now, and she's from Jersey City, so maybe like there was actually before this announcement there was a one of the rumored titles was called Young X-Men. Remember the Young X-Men series that happened like in the late 2000s? I want to say the early 2010s. That was kind of like a different. Yeah, I remember that. So I would love. So I think if she wants to, she's going to be like a leader for like a bunch of younger X-Men. Yeah, I'd be totally in favor of that. Plus, again, she's in.
That they introduced in that series as well. The one that was always hiding.
Yeah.
He's hiding?
Yeah.
Which one was that? Yeah.
She could like Scott and Jean found her. She was keeping an eye on most of the people in that comic before she became part of the team. Hang on.
Yeah, I have no idea who you're talking about.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
I'm drawing a complete blank on that.
Yeah, you're gonna have to post a link in the Discord. We'll check it out. But I think NYX, if anyone's gonna lead a less dark and edgy version of Young Mutants, it's gonna be Kamala. I mean, she really has established herself. Her miniseries to this point have been really solid, and she already has some pretty good connection with like multiple. She had a really good relationship. Wolverine was one of the first team ups. She was a teammate of Cyclops when he was like a teenager during the time displaced stuff. She's crossed over with them numerous times, and so yeah, she's been part of like the resistance against Orcus. So yeah, her and NYX makes a lot of sense. But No, maybe it makes too much sense. That's.
I mean, she's not in the 3 main books, so that's the only book she probably would be into.
Yeah, I would not expect her to
not
be.
Into X-Force was probably going to be like super violent, like the Black Ops version was.
Yeah.
X-Factor, I'm not too sure what's going to be about.
Yeah, I think X-Force.
Yeah,
the rumor about X-Force is Mystique is leading the team this time.
Oh yeah, they're definitely going to go for a lot of violence with her in charge.
Yeah, if Mystique is leading X-Force, then yeah, that could get pretty brutal.
Maybe.
No, well, she'd give them plenty of foresight. So yeah, Mystique and Destiny leading X-Force, I'd totally read that. I think that'd be a cool book, because one thing I've noticed is ever since Destiny came back, Mystique isn't nearly as much of a sociopath. She's still cruel and a villain, but Destiny really does sort of balance her out.
Yeah, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see. Like, it could also be just the writer.
Yeah, that's true. I guess we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, if anyone other than Wolverine is going to lead X-Force, I think Mystique would definitely.
Now, next question is, who is Nightcrawler's mother? Because we both read the issue.
Well, he has two mothers. He has two mothers. Yeah.
Yes.
So yeah,
I think that's mother you could probably put into quotation marks considering the shape-shifting abilities. So
yeah, I guess I don't know. Does Mystique? I don't know if she technically even has a gender, because she could be any. I mean,
I think it would depending. I think she is female, because I think she was born female, and she's just why she's mostly female most of the time.
Well, therein lies the problem. We have no idea what Mystique's childhood was like. We don't know.
It depends on one other thing. I find that weird. This whole thing kind of weird is like, I don't know how her genetics work.
Yeah, me neither.
Because if she can only change like the cellular structure, not her genetics, then it's kind of impossible for her for that to have happened. But then, if it is genetic, like she can change her genetics, cool, and that leads into how much can she do if she can change her genetics?
Yeah,
because that leads to a lot of cool ideas.
Yeah, her entire chemistry.
Yeah, well, she was able to father a child. I say father in quotation marks with Irene. So, but at the same time, so that just kind of makes her gender a lot more. I don't know if you can even label her as male or female.
It just seems like they're trying to make every single shapeshifter to be I don't know, almost non-binary in a way, or something like that, like they did with Morph.
Yeah.
I feel like just because like someone's a shapeshifter, okay, some of them have in other fandoms and other fictions have come off it like that, because you never see them as just one thing. They're always changing, always constantly, to the point where they don't even remember what the hell they were originally.
Yeah, so maybe that's in Mystique's case. Maybe she doesn't even know what gender she was born in. So because again, Marvel has never established her childhood. We know she's old. We know she's old enough to have met Mr. Sinister, but we don't know how old she actually is. We don't know who her parents are.
Remember the Venture Brothers? Remember the Sovereign?
Oh yeah.
I remember the final episode with him. I think he kind of explained like why he looked like David Bowie and all that stuff. And he he just wanted to look like someone else, to the point where he literally can't remember who he was originally.
Yeah, that would make a lot of sense for someone like Mystique. If she's that old, yeah, who knows? That's pretty that's a good comparison.
The fact that she keeps reverting to her blue female form makes me think that's her default.
Interesting, yeah. Kind of like how that's the
doesn't she mean she gets knocked out, she reverts to that form?
I think so, but maybe that's a subconscious thing, or maybe that's.
I always assume just like that was just her default.
Yeah. Well, it's I don't know if Marvel is ever going to address it, but yeah, if she ever.
Probably not. They're probably.
Yeah.
Actually, they probably will, and then they'll probably change their minds a few years down the line. Like they have a few times.
I mean, they already they retconned Nightcrawler's parentage, so yeah, they could retcon that again. Who knows? But
to be fair, they weren't doing much with his father, anyways. They
had
that one cool arc with him, and then they just kind of forgot about him.
Yeah, the less said about about Azazel, the better. He's never really.
I thought he could be a really cool villain, but I guess they just kind of.
Yeah, I feel like they just didn't know what to do with him.
Yeah, because he had that's what happens. They have an idea for a cool villain, they do an arc, and then they don't know what to do afterwards.
Yeah,
or hero sometimes.
Yeah, the same thing kind of happened with Romulus. Remember Romulus from Wolverine's father from like it was back in the late 2000s. Nothing has happened with him. Like he kind of came in at around the same time as Dakin did, but now Romulus he's kind of a non-factor.
Oh god, they named her Cypher. Like I just saw that picture you
That's
posted,
the one,
Thunder.
that's
Cypher,
the one
yeah.
I was referring to.
I'm sorry, when I think of Cypher, I think of the New Mutant Cypher.
Yeah, same here.
That's the one that was in Young X-Men. I was trying to remember.
Okay. Cool.
So I guess technically she'd be Cypher 2.
Interesting. So, and also we've got some other. I've been browsing some more rumors. It does kind of look like, yeah, there seems to be a lot of momentum that it's going to be Ilyana and Kitty as sort of the new the romantics, the new romantic subplot that's going to be followed with this relaunch.
We'll see how long that lasts. Like honestly, the romances in the X books do not have a good track record.
No, they don't. No, but
I mean, like the Storm, Black Panther marriage that didn't last too long.
Nope. Although.
Wasn't Kitty dating someone when she was like a space pilot, like Peter Quill or something?
Yeah, she was dating Peter Quill. That didn't last either. The only reason that happened is because Brian Michael Bendis loves Kitty Pryde and he tries to use her in everything. That includes,
There's like her Colossus is on and off again relationship that's gone on over the years.
Yeah, now Colossus, he's been with, he's not with anyone. He hooked up with Domino for a while, but that was just seemed to be a fling. Not much has come from that.
Again, another romance that didn't go anywhere.
Yeah, so we'll
I'm just waiting to see how long the like Rogue and Gambit marriage lasts at this point.
Yeah, well, we'll see because
let's face it, those two have kind of a toxic relationship in a way.
They have, it has been pretty toxic. But,
Rogue and Gambit.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Well, not as toxic as Havoc and Madeline Pryor. Have you seen those two?
Yes.
No, but I kind of see what you mean.
Yeah, that's interesting because Havoc technically died and is more or less a zombie at the moment.
Well, I don't think so.
Everyone in the X-Men has died at least once.
Yeah, but the thing is, we don't know we know at the end of, I think it was Dark X-Men, Madeline Pryor is officially like the ambassador to Limbo now. So, and, she even has an embassy in New York City. So we don't know where they're going to be. I would love it if maybe.
Enjoying that series at one point.
Yeah, I did. I like that. That was a fun series to see. To see Madeline Pryor and Havoc had a very unhealthy relationship, but it was
even as well.
Yeah. But
actually, her comic series was actually quite good.
Yeah.
She gets a different superpower depending on what mask she's wearing, and then she turns into a werewolf, on someone, which has bad repercussions, and then you got a load of werewolves running down the way.
That sounds like fun. But maybe
she was good. Yeah,
that's the only thing. We don't know what the X Factor series is going to be like. I can't find any rumors or any insights on what that's going to be. I don't know if they're going to bring back Multiple Man. I don't know if they're going to bring back Polaris was on X Factor for a while. Don't know if they're going to bring in Havoc and there's so many. Yeah, we just don't know. Maybe Dazzler. I think she was on X Factor for a while, but yeah, I can't find anything on that series right now. So
on X Factor as well.
Who was? Longshot, yeah, I think so. But Longshot hasn't been in. Yeah, I can't remember the last time he was in a movie.
Oh God, he had two swords. He had
Shatterstar.
Shatterstar?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, Shatterstar. He has
that guy didn't last too long either after the 90s.
Yeah. But
he's going to be in Deadpool 3, so. Well.
Of course.
Well, I think he pretty much retconned no one died in the second Deadpool movie.
Yeah, well, I think because he had that time travel thing in the post-credit scene.
I thought that was just going to be a joke, but no, I guess they are actually running with that as the actual what he did.
What on earth has happened to Xavier in these images? You see him technically walking, aided, but
is that supposed to be Xavier?
Completely drained, shriveled up,
I thought that was a different character.
Yeah, I thought it was a different character as well. I was like, who is that walking in front of him?
Because those aren't his colors. Those are definitely colors you would see on someone else, I would think.
Interesting. All right. Oh, also, I found someone put together some clips of all the times Kitty and Ilyana had a close moment together. Yeah, that's not gonna, them hooking up would not be that big a stretch, especially compared to when she hooked up with Peter Quill. Or, yeah, so that definitely sounds like.
Now that I think about it, who was Xavier's son again? Is that Proteus or is that?
No, that was
Okay.
he had a son with Gabriel Heller. Remember Gabriel Heller?
Oh yeah, that's Legion. I'm thinking about.
Yeah, that's Legion. Yeah, more
Okay,
Proteus
I was
is Moira
thinking, like,
McTaggart's son.
Yeah. Oh, I think wasn't it Ultimate Comics where that was the canon where Proteus was his son?
Yes. Yeah,
Okay,
that's
that's what I'm thinking of.
that's the one you're thinking about. So
Because I was thinking, like, who could be in this like solid like suit? And I think maybe it's an energy being. Like maybe it's Proteus. Was he his father, brother? But no, that was the others. Like
Yeah.
totally different universe.
yeah. Yeah, well, so we can yeah, well I don't know. We can get to Ultimate later, but let me see. I'm going to try to
Yeah.
bring something up on social media.
Oh no.
No, it's
Whenever I hear social media, I hear trepidation sometimes.
I totally understand. Let me minimize this on my. Yeah, if you see if you're looking on my site on now on I have someone posted the times whenever Magic and Kitty have had close moments. Some of them have happened as recently as Krakoa. Like they had a few moments that looked like a. Now they weren't. This is not very subtle. They've had a lot of hugs. They've had a lot of close moments, but I think it's them hooking up would not be a huge stretch. Is all I'm saying. So yeah, I'm flashing that right now on the stream, and yeah, if this happens, I wouldn't be too upset. I mean, it'd definitely be an interesting twist on things, but yeah.
Oh, what's this?
So I'll keep an eye out on for more insights on that. But other than yeah, I think I don't. Other than what's going on with these announcements, I don't have much else in terms of info. So I guess in that, you guys want to switch gears and and talk about X-Men '97?
Yeah. Oh, there's going to be another 10 episodes in season 2 as well. I read it.
Yeah, I saw that too. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I'm kind of hoping that like makes it so like it's still real filler stuff, and they kind of focus more on the main plot.
Yeah.
I'm happy with them being 10, but if it's 10 1-hour episodes, I mean, yeah, I'll be happy.
I would love that, but something tells me they're kidding. They're not going to do that.
No.
But
Doing that with the Bad Batch at the moment, sadly.
yeah, I love the Bad Batch, but that's neither here nor there. But for X-Men '97, one of the things that came out this past week is like apparently a select group of fans got to go into a screening. They saw the first 3 episodes. And they dropped some major spoilers that I don't want to share on this stream in case nobody wants to be spoiled. But what they have said is, one, the reviews have been glowing. People love it, which be expected for a fan event. But one of the things that they did note is they really have let this series be a bit more mature. They're saying you can definitely tell that it's not
They're
like.
keeping up with the times.
Yeah, it's not kind of as you could tell when you watch the old anime series that they really had to try to keep the things super kid friendly. I feel like with this based on what they're saying, they let them be more mature this time. You do see some more blood this time. So like when Morph got hit by that Sentinel in the first episode, you didn't see any blood. You're gonna apparently that does show up. Yeah. So that is the fact that they let it mature. I'm in favor of that. But the 2 characters that they really singled out were Cyclops and Magneto, those two apparently stole the show in the first 2 episodes, from what I've heard.
Huh.
And
Well, that'll be interesting then.
yep. And also, this is good. It's some interesting. They do explain why Bishop is there.
Series or the old series?
This new one, yeah,
Yeah, I was going to say. I thought you meant the old series then for a second.
yeah. But yeah. So those are the two for the at least for the first 2 episodes. It's Magneto and Cyclops are the ones to watch. But the other thing that they were saying is they haven't explained where Bishop came from. You know, how is he in with the team?
How is he in the present and
Yeah.
in the future?
Yeah.
Whereas before he can only travel back in time.
Yeah.
As long
As
that,
Deadpool's good in his
band
game, he's
Yeah.
probably come back in time for his dire warnings of the future.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. So we'll have to see. But apparently that does get explained. Yeah, there is a reason why
maybe
Bishop is
Cable
there.
visits him.
Oh yeah, actually they did confirm Cable is going to be in this series, but not in the first. I don't think he's going to be in the first 2 or 3
They actually do
episodes.
on the list somewhere.
Yeah, actually, if I can find that, I will upload it. Can you
I
post that?
assume they're probably going to build up Cable in season 1, and then season
Yeah.
2 will focus on whatever plot
Yeah.
line he'll have.
Yeah. Well, actually, you know what? If you could post the episode list on Discord, I can post it on OBS if you have it. But
That was one thing I've always wondered. Like the original X-Men cartoon, like Cable shows up on what the hell is that island called? The island nation that
Genosha.
Yeah, that's it. Like he shows up there randomly, completely no explanation, disappears, and then we see him again during the whole like time travel, like explaining his past and all that stuff. And I'm like, they never are gonna tie in like why he was there at that time, are they?
Yeah, he did kind of show up a bit randomly, but I feel like he did.
Obviously,
It was
over
explained
Cable back then.
Yeah. Well, Cable was like the ultimate 90s character. He really epitomized the style of that era. So the fact is, they never got a full explanation of his parentage. You know, his parents, he's kind of Jean and Madeline, that whole thing. Now, there's been a lot of talk about that. And in fact, if you read the synopsis for episode 3, it does imply that that's going to be Madeline Pryor at some point is going to be in this series. We just don't know how it's going to form. Actually, I'm going to try to look up the episode synopsis because that came out. I think that came out just yesterday, or because I see the list, but the actual synopsis of it. Let me see if
how it jumps from the April 3rd one.
Mm-hmm.
And then you don't see part 2 until like 2 weeks later.
Oh, that explains a few things. Rob Liefeld was the guy who made Cable. Well, he didn't make Cable. Nathan Summers was made by Chris Claremont, but Adult Cable was by Rob Liefeld. That explains things.
Yeah,
looking up now.
All the pockets, so many pockets
with weird ass
pouches.
guns that don't exist in anywhere, and weird body proportions.
Sort of weak sort of character this time. They're making her a bit more powerful than what she actually was last X-Men series. I know that. She seemed to go down by every single hit she got taken by, but this time she's a bit more powerful.
Yeah, I'm glad for that. I really hope. Yeah, that
she's not the damsel in distress like she was.
Oh, I found it. Hold on. I'm gonna post this on I've got the episode list. Let me adjust my slideshow for a sec, because I want to make sure that I don't know if you guys are watching the stream, but here it is. I'm gonna enlarge this. So yeah, if you're watching the stream right now, we have some of these are not very detailed, but we have To Me, My X-Men. This is kind of the first 3 episodes. The people have seen those, but it's everything after that we don't know. So yeah, the 3rd episode actually says that seems to be the it mentions Immortal Mad Scientist. That's definitely Sinister. We knew Sinister was going. We knew Sinister was going to be in this series. He was part of the early promo art. We just don't know what role he's going to have. We don't see. There's no mention of Cable, but there is meant. But from what I've seen from again early promo art, he was there, and we've seen Nightcrawler in a few clips. But the first 2 episodes, those 2 are going to air this Wednesday. I'm going to be up bright and early for that. Don't worry about that. But
yeah, that reminds me. Do Rogan and Kurt know that they're siblings in this?
no,
era?
they do not. They do not.
Okay.
I can confirm that.
So Kurt just knows that Mystique is his mama, because I remember something about them confronting each other on like is it a bridge or was it like a power plant or something? Like a.
It was a monastery. Remember, it was a monastery.
Oh, okay.
So, but
Right, just read episode 3's description. Do you think we might see Sinister and Madeline Pyra there?
yes, I am almost more immortal mad scientist and a visitor. That does kind of sound like Madeline Pryor and and Sinister.
Either that's when Bishop shows up or Cable shows up or something. I feel like that's like a time traveler shows up to the mansion, gives them like a heads up.
Yeah.
And at the end of the episode, we see like Sinister working in a lab and like Madeline Pryor in a pod or something.
We'll see. Yeah, because another thing that
Fire made flesh. That's what makes me feel like that's the only thing I can think of. Like the Phoenix cloned.
might be, yeah. Because remember when the promos, we saw a pregnant Jean Grey, but is that Jean or is that Madeline? We don't know yet. It could go either way at this point, but we did see that there was that.
Even if there's only 10 episodes, I'm pretty sure it has to be Jean, because there's no way they can fit in Madeline Pryor in just 10 episodes and like have them like basically have a relationship.
Yeah, it's. Well, then again, we don't know. Here's my theory. If Madeline and Jean were ever swapped, they could not have done that with Xavier present, because Xavier would have sensed it. But at the start of this series, he's Xavier's not in the picture, so maybe that's the opening Sinister would have needed in order to swap them, because he couldn't have done that with Charles Xavier, but Xavier's gone, so he could have. That might have been his. That might have been his window.
I've just read episode 4's thing.
Yeah.
Why do I get the feeling it's either going to be Mojo World or...
Yep, it's Mojo.
It is.
That's the Mojo.
Basically, I heard about this. Basically, Mojo turns them into like an NES. Remember the old X-Men arcade game?
Yes. Oh God, I
There's gonna
lost
be
so
an
many
episode-
quarters on that.
Yeah, there's going to be an episode in that style.
I would. Yeah, that sounds perfectly appropriate for a show like '97 X-Men. That's a perfectly '90s thing to do.
Yeah, so basically, like, Mojo just zaps them into, like, an NES or something.
Yeah. Plus, Jubilee was playing video games on the first episode, remember? Yeah. She was in an arcade. So.
How come is it arcade is not actually being in the...
Yeah, he was in X-Men Evolution.
Yeah, but not in the actual...
Oh, I forgot about that. Holy shit.
Yeah, I remember, yeah.
He's fought X-Factor.
Well, he was only like in there for like one episode, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was only like season 2, I believe. He took control of the Danger Room.
Oh yeah.
Transform into him in season 3.
To be fair, it's like been over a decade since I watched the show, so I'm a little.
Oh, my memory is too sharp on that. But yeah, I remember the arcade episode. So.
Yeah,
they had the mind wipe him and everything by the end.
Yeah. So.
I just also the last 3, they say what was it? Unite to face a new threat. They said the Hellfire Club might be involved.
Well, they didn't call them the Hellfire Club in the show. They called them the Inner Circle.
Yeah, they united to fight Sentinels, and some of the Inner Circle were killed.
Mm-hmm.
Do you reckon maybe that's X-Men 97's version of that?
I don't know. Maybe. Well, they did. Remember in that trailer they said the Hellfire Gala was mentioned?
Yeah.
Maybe there's going to be a Hellfire Gala. Maybe.
I'm trying to think, because there was a clip of Callisto, and she'd just been arrested or
Yeah. Well,
restrained.
there could be any number of reasons that happens. Callisto's not exactly a law-abiding citizen.
By the way, Nikki Poole is trying to ask you something in chat.
Oh, what's up, Nikki Poole? What's going on?
Says, can I join the conversation? She says hello. Or they say hello.
Sorry, Nikki. Let's keep. I'll let you in on the next one. Sorry, Nikki.
Also, episode 5, remember it? Genosha joins the UN. I'm pretty sure the huge human rights violations that the Island has committed.
What else?
Also, why are some of the team heading to the nation to become honorees? Like, that smells like a fucking trap to me. Because I remember we're like, oh, we're going to give all these mutants like vacation passes to our tropical island, and then like immediately.
Yeah,
just
I remember that episode.
arrest
It's called
them.
Slave. That was the Slave Island episode. I remember that title. The fact that I remember that shows you how selective my memory is.
Well, it was kind of a really fucked up episode because it's like, oh yeah, like vacation, and then like, nope, you're enslaved. Like, boom. Like, what? Like,
So that
what?
means Genosha's not.
You know how
separate.
fucking illegal that is?
Well,
I mean,
modern day
of course, on
slavery
the island it's not
happens.
legal, but
Yeah, slavery happens today. Prison slavery is legal
but
in this
usually
country.
it's like an entire nation that's just doing it as policy. Usually it's like warlords or something like that, but or criminals doing it. But like an entire nation selectively targeting a certain group.
Have you heard
Yeah,
of
like-
have you heard of Qatar? Have you heard of Qatar? Or I don't want to get demonetized here, but there are some nations on this planet that do exactly that.
Yeah, but I mean, like they were like pretty blatant about it. Like they were like just
Blatant, yes, but
they were
yeah.
like literally giving traps to enslave like people from other nations.
Yep.
Usually it's in their own nation. They keep that stuff like kind of so like other nations don't get like involved. But like that's kind of
Never heard
like-
of it. Good thing.
like if there was some mutant that was like maybe like somewhat wealthy or like part like higher up in some government or something. They did that would cause a shitstorm.
It probably would, yeah. But then again, if Magneto if that nation was overthrown, I think it was Cameron Hodge was leading the nation when he was doing this during the Slave Island story. Someone else took over and got rid. Maybe that's why they're looking for.
Okay, yeah. So maybe this is like the Genosha in the comics where like Magneto took over and they kind of switched it around to make it a mutant nation.
Yeah, like that's not gonna end well.
I'm
we-
beginning to wonder now if
It didn't end well in the comics either.
he
Yeah.
is
So
gonna be
Yeah,
an
maybe
ally.
that's why. Maybe that's what the tolerance is. That's where tolerance of extinction is going to end. Maybe maybe that's this 3-part finale. Maybe that's where we're heading. We're heading to another
yeah, I feel like this is going to be like the whole Sentinel arc.
yeah, the E is for
end.
extinction arc that we got in the early there was like 2000s when that came out.
Mm-hmm.
So that could be the case. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see. But yeah,
I seriously doubt every episode is going to be like 30 minutes now because reading episode 3, there's no way you can squeeze everything into 30 minutes or less than that.
well, we'll
I was
have to.
wondering why episode 4 is like has 2 different things. So it makes me think: is it going to be like 15 and 15 minutes? So 2 different.
I suspect, yeah, I think maybe there's going to be like a dual, like multiple subplots here because the whole life death. That's actually, I don't know how familiar you guys are with the comics. That's the name of an arc that had involved Storm. It was back from like during the 80s in the X Factor era. So I think that's going to be a major Storm arc. Maybe
Is that so?
because it was actually hinted at, I don't know if this is true, that they're going to try to hook up Storm and Forge, like because they've been romantically linked in the comics before, but I don't know if that's confirmed.
I know there was a scene in the new X-Men series where you've got Storm's family, then Nimrod shows up, kills Storm, Forge begs him not to kill their children. And
Nimrod
what
doesn't.
happened.
Yeah, Nimrod's not gonna listen to that. But yeah, I think if they go that route, that'd be kind of that'd be a little random because Forge he was in the old series, but Storm didn't really interact that much.
No, wait. He was on, what was it, the X Factor team, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was. I think so.
Team, the same with Alex, and then he was also in the future as well that sent Bishop back.
Yep. He's been had a lot of roles in the old series. So yeah, him showing up again, I wouldn't. Yeah, it makes sense. But the life death thing, that's the name of a major Storm arc. So that's probably going to be the episodes where Storm really shines. And
Interesting if we see that other team.
Yeah.
X-Men 97.
yeah, but I think also this that episode 7, Bright Eyes. if Cable is going to show up, I think it's going to be that one, because Cable has like I don't know, in the later seasons of the old show, Cable he learned a little about I think it was dropped heavily that he knows Cyclops is his father, but we don't know how the Jean Madeline thing's going to factor in, but we know we did see from promo art that Cable is going to be in this first season, so maybe that's the season he should have Bright Eyes.
No.
Does he know? I don't know. We'll have to wait and see.
I don't think he does.
Yeah. Well, maybe we'll find out eventually. Maybe Fire Made Flesh will set that up. We'll have to, because
he'll come back and just clear things up.
Yeah. But here's the thing. Here's one thing I'm interested in. Let's say they do bring Madeline Pryor in somehow, and there's a Madeline Pryor and a Jean Grey running around in this series, and we already know this series is getting a second season. So what's that going to mean if if Jean and Madeline Pryor are both in this same universe? What's that going to do other than double the workload for Jennifer Hale?
I mean, hey, you get 2 paychecks. I mean, technically not the same person, so technically you're voicing 2 characters. So yeah, same paycheck. Same pay, but 2 paychecks.
I hope she negotiated that into her contract, because that sounds like interesting technicality. So that kind of depends on if
season 2, Colossus. I mean, he was in the original one, but for 2 episodes.
He was in 1 original episode. So
with Ileana, but she's a young.
Yeah.
Not younger.
Oh, also one thing. One thing I just came across. We already knew season 2 was pretty much confirmed. I just saw an update that says the lead producer, Brad Winderbaum, he confirmed that season 3 of X-Men 97 is also in development. So 3 seasons already.
Again, like, we're gonna have to wait and see. Like, if they
at the end of the year, like some of the series,
like, unless the showrunner they fired completely fucked things up,
maybe.
Well, it could or could not happen. Well, it'll depend on how well it goes.
I mean, one of the...
Because let's face it, I'm pretty sure like Bad Batch was supposed to last a lot longer, but then it just kind of got cut.
Yeah, I wish it had. I've got also theories of like how they can actually find where the base that they're trying to locate. It all starts with Omega's pet that she brought with them. Why don't they just get a DNA sample from it, find that creature's homeworld origins through that way? I mean, then it would be easy.
Yeah, I really hope we get at least 1 episode early, or maybe if not this season, then at least next season of X Factor.
Makes sense. But one thing that also came up when I was looking through some of the same feeds for X-Men 97 news, they mentioned that a lot of cameos might show up, and we already saw that in the trailer. We saw a Spider-Man reference, so I know how much we've already talked about this before. How much we would love to see a continuation of the '90s Spider-Man show because of
everyone is talking about that.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, come on, could they? How cool would it be if they at least had like maybe like one of the last episodes, if they had like a Hellfire Gala, they show maybe in the background Peter and Mary Jane together. That would be a really nice Easter egg that would maybe lay the foundation for maybe we can get, because the writer for the old Spider-Man cartoon says, yeah, look, my phone line is open. If I get the call, I'm doing it.
I mean, they meant to do more with the comics, or not comics, but with that show, because they lit it off to a cliffhanger thinking, okay, we're going to get like at least another season out of this. But
yeah.
Nope.
Nope. Well, yeah, they were bankrupt. What were they going to do? Sadly. Well, trying to see what other we can glean from these episode titles, but other than we know Cable's going to be in it. We know Storm's going to have an arc. We know Jubilee is going to start dating Sunspot. So there is going to be some
Roberto.
Yeah, Roberto DaCosta. He's going to be there. But yeah.
I wonder if they'll leave a cliffhanger for season 2, like so many of the other.
Yeah, that would be. They would totally do that. I could totally see them doing that. Maybe they'll be set. They'll set up. They'll set up. Maybe. Here's my theory. They're going to set up some way of Xavier returning, because, even though he's, everyone might think he's dead.
That means
David says that they should make Spider-Man the animated series, make it the final season of the show, like kind of like what they did with Clone Wars, I guess.
I would be okay with
give
that.
Like a nice final, like, yeah, because I feel like they did that with Clone Wars. They did that with Samurai Jack. I think that could be a good way of, like, just making sure everything's nicely wrapped up.
Yeah, here's how I think that if they're going to end the Spider-Man animated series, the final episode has to end with giving birth to Mayday Parker, baby Mayday
or at least
Parker,
like getting married or something for real.
Well, for real, because he married a clone, which. Oh yeah, that
literally like a water clone, which somehow turned to water. Like, that was really weird.
Yeah, that was.
I do have.
I guess it's because they need a way to, like, have her, like, die without being, like, too graphic or something.
I would have one reliable source who I could actually ask about all this if he still worked for Disney, but because of COVID, he got laid off, and he was one of the managers for Disney. And he told me all about Clone Wars, why they were bringing it back and all this. They're saying, we felt it wasn't in the right position to leave it where we did, so we're giving it another season, which will end it, which it obviously did end it, with Ahsoka and Rex surviving.
Okay.
And he said that's what's going to happen. He couldn't reveal any more than that. And I wish he was still there, because I could actually ask him about this.
Well, that'd be cool, because I loved how they handled the final season of Clone Wars, and I would love that to be the template for the final season of Spider-Man, because the way it ended was just so abrupt. It just didn't. It did not. It felt such a loss. And I mean, at least the X-Men finale had some finality to it. I mean, now, we know it's continuing, but if this maybe they won't just stop at with Spider-Man. Maybe we'll see some members of the Avengers, because they showed up in the Spider-Man cartoon Secret Wars. We saw Fantastic Four was there.
In the Avengers, the modern one, I know they did do a series of the second squad of Avengers, where it had War Machine, Spider-Man, Wolverine. I can't remember who else was in that, but he was definitely in it.
Yeah, Iron Man was in there. Yeah. So we'll have to.
Actually, bringing Miss Marvel into this lot would be good.
That would be too, because by Miss Marvel you mean Carol Danvers, right?
No, the other one.
You mean Kamala Khan?
Yeah, Kamala.
I'm not too sure they could, because one, this is the '97 era, so she's still Captain Marvel.
That's a good point. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, maybe
she is in a coma.
Yeah, they never resolved that plot, unfortunately. So maybe that'll be a plot for season 2 for Rogue, because I don't know. Maybe that'll be referenced at some point.
Yeah,
but
I feel like Rogue's not getting any episodes in this season.
Well, at least from the looks of it, maybe she will towards the end, but maybe season 2.
It seems to be mostly like going to be Cyclops, Jean focused, with some like Storm's getting an episode, Jubilee's getting an episode from the looks of it.
Yeah.
Bringing Iceman into the main team would be good, but they'll probably just end up all arguing.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. Maybe they'll. Yeah, I'd like to see Iceman again. We know Nightcrawler's going to be in. We saw him in one of the clips that came out. So. Yeah.
And they were referencing a lot of different mutants from, like, later on in the X-Men comic lines. Like, I think, like, Dust and stuff were, like, on wanted posters or something like that, or missing posters.
If Braden Creed survived, because last time you saw him was with Sabretooth, and that was
yes. Yeah, that's another interesting cliffhanger. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, they dropped him off in front of Sabretooth, and Sabretooth, well, if it ain't my boy.
Bon appetit.
Yeah, we don't know what happened there, but it was a kids show, so we couldn't really assume too much.
Yeah.
But yeah, if he shows up again, I don't know, maybe he will be part of another I don't know. Maybe he'll help found like a version of Orcus or a new version of, because the Friends of Humanity kicked him out, so he would have to find, maybe the Humanity Coalition,
maybe Church of Humanity.
Yeah, well, that's William Stryker, and he never showed up in. He never showed up. Yeah, Stryker is the Church of Humanity.
What was the it was the final season, the one with Cannonball. They were all on that military train. Who was that officer, the military officer on that train?
Was it Gyrick?
I don't remember.
Henry Peter Gyrick?
I don't know.
Might have been Henry Peter Gyrick. I'd have to go back and rewatch that. I don't know, because I don't think they'd ever pick that up again. But we know Gyrick he was the one who attacked Xavier in the finale. So I'd be surprised if he's not somehow involved. We actually saw a clip today that came out. So his Boulevard Trask is still active. So maybe this is going to be setting up like a new version of Nimrod, or maybe a new version of Bastion. Bastion never showed. I don't think Bastion has showed up in any animated X-Men series at all.
Wait a minute. I'm trying to think. No, I don't think he was.
Yeah, Bastion.
There was that other guy that was like Magneto had his acolytes and stuff, but that was something else I was thinking of.
Yeah, I would definitely.
Actually, what happened to Asteroid M in the '97 universe?
It crashed. It crashed. It was destroyed. Okay. So.
What was that, sorry?
Yeah, in the '90s cartoon, Asteroid M was destroyed. So Genosha was not, however. It was just like when in the Slave Island arc, that was when that was when Cameron Hodge, he was kind of like this. He also linked up with the Phalanx in a later episode, but yeah, Hodge led Genosha, then he was deposed. So Genosha hasn't been destroyed yet. Keyword yet. And if I know it's a little early to speculate, but I think season 2 that it's going to be destroyed some way or another. Maybe it's going to be like an E is for Extinction arc or something like that. But I don't know. Maybe the 3rd season will end with Krakoa. I would love that. Oh, thank you for the super thing, David. I appreciate it.
Oh, nice.
Thank you. Yeah, I would love the Yoast verse. I would love Avengers Earth's Mightiest Heroes. I would love 10 more seasons of Earth's Mightiest Heroes.
Oh god, that was the best one they had. There's only been 3 Avengers cartoons, and that was the only really good one they ever made.
Yeah, I mean,
Avengers was it united with all the armor and stuff. The only good thing about that was I liked that Tiger was part of it.
Yeah.
And then there was the Avengers Assemble, was it?
That god, that was awful.
Make it closer to the movies.
Yeah, and it sucked. Oh my god, that sucked.
They literally did a bait and switch because all the first pilot episode, it's they had a really great animation, and then after that, the animation, what the hell?
Yeah, it looked like
they put all their effort into that to hook you.
Yeah, then it looked like they kind of outsourced it to the cheapest possible studio, which, yeah, I'm not a fan of that.
And I hated what they did with fucking Falcon. They turned him into a teen sidekick.
That is so awful. Yeah.
Well, he wasn't actually a teen, but he was a young man. He was rookie. He's the white-eyed rookie who's looks up to them all and worships them and everything. Come on.
That is not Falcon, not even a little. Yeah, that is a bastardized version of him.
Mm-hmm.
I do not get why. I think that show, they weren't even trying. They just I think they paid they paid the least they could have paid writers and animators to make that. And the thing is, they had a winning product with Avengers Earth's Mightiest Heroes, and it wouldn't have taken a whole lot to have it mirror the movie a little bit more. I mean,
they had all the characters.
The foundation was there.
I don't know why you hated, Avengers Assemble. I mean, that was good.
I think you're in a minority about that.
Yeah.
I hate to say it.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I did not. It was good.
Yeah, I watched a few episodes. I couldn't get into it. They didn't try to do anything complex. They didn't have any multi-episode arcs.
actually go back and watch the one episode where like Peggy Carter and Tony's dad shows up,
Yeah,
and it was a disappointment because it's like none of the stuff I would have wanted them to, talk about or interact with happened at all.
exactly. It was, yeah. The show just got worse with each passing season, and the animation got worse too. So that didn't help.
Um, I've just watched the X-Men's 97's Hope, what trailer you want to call it?
Yes.
Just seen Nightcrawler in it. He's holding a pair of swords, fighting.
Yeah,
with
he's a
Gambit.
fencer.
Yeah, he's a fencer. Yeah, he did. That's normal. We'll see.
Yeah,
what.
he's used like fencing swords like a lot throughout the comics histories.
Yeah, whether he's a pirate or.
Yeah, he's really
Yeah,
into like the swashbuckling stuff.
Yeah. Apparently, like I remember at Ultimate Marvel back before it went to hell. He was like a huge Pirates of the Caribbean fanboy. Like he would make all these references to Pirates of the Caribbean. So.
He does a training session, I know, in the comics with Rachel in
Yeah.
the sort of pirate thing.
Yeah, he loves that. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was actually. He and Rachel were a thing for a while.
Yeah, but he decided not to because of Cyclops being his friend and him being
Yeah.
his daughter. She's so young,
Yeah.
and it's confusing.
Yeah, but then he hooked up with Silver Sable, and he had no qualms about that. And honestly, I wouldn't either. Nightcrawler hooking up with Silver Sable, that was like, all right, my man. Even even Mystique approved of that. Can you? If Mystique approves, then that's a good and a bad sign at the same time.
I never saw them together. Huh, that's weird.
Silver Sable, sorry.
What was that?
She showed up a lot in Spider-Man comics. Basically,
Yeah.
she's a leader of a mercenary group that basically their mercenary group is basically keeping their country economically solvable.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, it's like is she the leader of the country as well?
No, I don't think she is.
Okay, no, okay. So basically, her military mercenary group, which I think was started by her father.
Yes.
She is like this, I think Black Widow, but wearing all silver and carrying a couple of guns on her.
Mm-hmm.
No.
And basically, her and her mercenary group, they hired for security reasons or whatever.
Yeah.
They're hired for whatever, and basically she funds all that into both the company and into her country's economy.
Yeah.
To help keep it afloat.
Yeah. Her.
Also, once again, apparently she has dinner with Doctor Doom for because apparently her country and Latveria are neighbors.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. It's weird Marvel geography right there, folks.
Yeah, I actually looked it up, and both countries are in basically where northern Syria is.
Yeah.
Ish.
Yeah. Don't try to make sense of geography in Marvel comics. Your brain's gonna break. So that's just good aside there. And that's another thing. Doctor Doom, he only showed up in Secret Wars under Spider-Man. It'd be interesting if he gets mentioned at all here in X-Men 97. If he does, maybe that probably wouldn't be till future seasons. But
Did he have any sort of friendship with Magneto or anything like that? Were they hostile against one another?
they've teamed up a few times, but they've never really had a really deep partnership or anything. I don't think they've really worked together at all.
So I remember, what was it, in House of M? They were, he was one of the, yes, you could say Magneto's inner circles, respected because he was in charge of his own country. I don't know. I can't remember.
Yeah.
Too long ago.
Yeah, I'd have to double check that, but yeah. Here's the thing: if they revive Spider-Man, and they keep X-Men 97 going, and they kind of try to expand all this animated universe, maybe that could lead to another version of Secret Wars. Because remember, there were two Secret Wars in the comics. There's the 1984 version of Secret Wars, and then there's a 2015 one where the 1984
that Fury sends them into Latveria or something.
No.
Yeah, that would be I think that'd be really cool if they wanted to really take this animated. They want to take this animated world to another level. I think what they should do is take create another version of Secret Wars, but this time with Doctor Doom, because last time it was with the Beyonder, which is kind of like what they did in the 1980s.
Fantastic Four in and
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah, if they do that, that would be bold. But I got to tell you, I would totally be in favor of that.
Actually, where is that?
I mean, I wouldn't mind that. Like, especially like if they go back to all the old stuff, like Fantastic Four, Hulk.
Yeah. Bring
I would like to see
Fantastic
another cartoon
Four,
of that.
bring in Hulk, bring in Captain America, Spider-Man, the X-Men, bring them all together to maybe face like a version of God Emperor Doom. Like in 2015, God Emperor Doom was basically God. Or Onslaught too. Oh, that's a good idea. Maybe that's
Or the Exiles.
yeah. Yeah, I think Onslaught, because well, we know Xavier. I think Xavier will come back in a future season. Definitely not the first season of X-Men '97,
Yeah.
but if he does come back, I think the Onslaught would be kind of like a really good big bad. Maybe for like a season 2 or season 3.
How would that go about? Jean would have to kill Magneto and Xavier.
Well, the reason why Onslaught.
Magneto would kill Xavier, and Jean would kill Magneto, and then.
Well, the way it happened in the comics was what happened was Magneto ripped the adamantium out of Wolverine's body, and Xavier was so outraged by that he attacked Magneto's mind in a way he never attacked them before, and in doing so, a little bit of Magneto's mind crept into his, and that created Onslaught.
It kind of germinated in his head, basically.
Yeah, it's kind of like a virus that just infected him, and that's how Onslaught was created.
Because we've seen like how Xavier has to keep his mind under control, or else like even he had a dark side. He did have that dark side episode in the original cartoon.
Yeah, in the Phoenix Saga,
he was losing his mind.
Yeah, the Phoenix Saga.
Yeah.
So there's actually valid reason to have a lead up for Onslaught then.
Okay, yeah, good point. Yeah, I forgot about that. Thank you. Yeah, so yeah, Onslaught. The seeds are already there, but I think. Yeah, but I think if Xavier does come back, it's not going to be in this first season. Maybe they'll set it up, but if whenever he does come back, whether it's season 2 or season 3, I think Onslaught's going to be the next big, the kind of like the big final boss that they're going to have to go up against. So that would be. Well, in season 5 there was this one episode called The Fifth Horseman. Look that one up.
And he brought him back. Yeah.
Yeah, but the thing is, not much came of that. Yeah. And in Apocalypse, yeah, so we don't know what happened with that. I'd be shocked if they picked that up again. But bringing up Apocalypse, he always comes back, so I don't think it would be that.
They didn't really do much with Apocalypse. Like they kind of had like a nice little thing with him, but then they kind of just disappeared back into the ether.
Yeah, but the thing is that they defeated him finally in Beyond Good and Evil. That was the at the end of season 4.
He always comes back. There's always some backdoor he has that's going to come back to fight everyone in the ass.
That's true. So I think if that does happen,
Warren, Archangel will be in.
Yeah.
Maybe Psylocke.
Maybe, yeah, because they were together. They did kind of get together in the later seasons. So I don't know. Maybe Onslaught will. Maybe Apocalypse's return is what leads to Onslaught. That could, because maybe
who would win, Apocalypse or Onslaught?
I don't know. Maybe that's what. Who knows? Maybe that's how they end up having to defeat Apocalypse. Apocalypse versus Onslaught. I would
say, because I think Apocalypse has like a lot more in his toolbox than Onslaught does.
Well, Onslaught's a reality warper. Apocalypse is powerful, but he's not a reality warper.
What? Becoming a giant and then maybe just morphing his armor now and again, but that's all you see.
Yeah,
that's all we see. But he has a lot more going for him. That we don't
powerful in the Evo series.
Yeah,
wasn't there a death battle with like Apocalypse, and they went through like all the crazy shit he could do?
Yeah, Apocalypse actually he was against Black Adam and he beat Black Adam, but Onslaught he's never been in a death battle, but Onslaught is a reality warper, and when he in the 90s comics, which I actually have this compilation in my bookcase right now, defeating Onslaught took every Marvel hero, literally all of them, and it needed Franklin Richards to basically use reality warping level
Machina powers. Yeah.
Yes. So if it was a battle between Onslaught and Apocalypse, I think Onslaught would win.
Isn't Franklin Richards not even a mutant now because of his dad?
No, I have no idea.
They changed.
They changed. I think they changed that. They changed that every writer.
They
I
go
think
back and forth a lot in that.
I think the reason why they do that is because some certain writers don't like him as a mutant, others do, and for whatever reason, I guess the last writer didn't like that. So
I mean, technically, I don't think he would be because I don't think he has an X gene. Just because like both his parents had cosmic radiation, that he became like basically a demi-cosmic being.
They say radiation causes mutations.
yeah, that's true.
Radiation destroys genes. So
Well, not in the
Have you ever
comics.
seen the
Not in
Chernobyl-
comics.
Have you two actually seen the Chernobyl series?
Oh,
yes.
I've seen it. Yeah,
The firemen. Oh,
It
God.
unravels your genetic code.
yeah,
Yeah. Oh,
Well, at least the gamma radiation does.
yeah.
Beta radiation, and alpha radiation, not so much.
And then he's.
It's really the gamma rays you gotta really worry about. That's the really killer.
Yeah, that
For
rips your
anyone who's
DNA
not
asunder.
seen The Chernobyl series, I suggest you go watch it. Trust me, it is good.
Okay, so yeah, that's a big plug here. I'll say that for the stream. Watch the Chernobyl series if you can.
David's asking, will they do the part where Onslaught reveals that Professor X had romantic feelings for Jean?
Oh, that's I would hope I would rather they not put that in the show. I really hope no that they don't bring that.
twin sister into the series would be very interesting.
I feel like that might be like a
Cassandra
final
Nova
season character.
Yeah, how on earth did she?
Well, she's going to be in Deadpool and Wolverine. Cassandra Nova is going to be. Yeah, they cast her. Look, go on IMDb right now. She is Cassandra
All
Nova.
right.
I used to read all these on the way home from the comic shop on the bus because it was about 40-minute drive home, and I would read some of these.
How did she survive being?
It's really weird.
It's
It's like
it's putting it
she
mildly.
was basically she reabsorbed into him in the womb or something like that?
Something like that. Yeah,
And
she
it's-
her
yeah,
body
and then,
was
her
destroyed, but her
mind still
mind
survived.
Yeah, her mind survived.
And then she thinks reality isn't real because it's for her she was stuck in some weird limbo kind of place, and
Yes.
it's yeah, this is this reality.
Right.
Yeah, it's not real. I'm just going to destroy everything so you see that what I
Yeah.
see, that this is
Yeah.
not reality.
Yeah, she was she went very, very dark for a while.
Well, yeah, when you think nothing is real, you don't have any limits of what you are capable
Yeah.
of doing, because it's
Exactly.
oh, these are just NPCs. We don't. Who cares what I do with them?
I know
Exactly.
we like the X-Men as they are, but what if they sort of moved it into sort of the comics sort of way? They transformed it into an actual school.
I don't know.
More little mutant kids learning and everything, with Magneto as the headmaster, that sort of way.
Well, that was kind of teased at the end of X-Men Evolution. Remember that little vision of the future where he was kind of
Yeah, I did.
yeah, that would
That just didn't seem right. That just seems like a
Alternate reality version. Who
Probably.
knows?
yeah. That might be the case, but the thing is, we saw in the trailer for X-Men '97, Magneto. He looks like he's going to try to take over the school. He's going to try to take over the X-Men. He's always got a bit of a plan. He's not as a pure evil villain like Apocalypse is, but he always has an agenda, and at some point, he's always going to sort of do something that rubs everyone the wrong way, including Xavier. So,
What do you find? How do you feel about Wolverine's voice in the new series compared to the old one?
well,
Honestly, it's probably going to have to get used to everyone's new voices,
yeah,
because for those of us that grew up on the original, it's going to be
Cal Dodd. It's Cal Dodd.
Oh God,
Yeah.
I can't do the old one.
Yeah, Cal Dodd. I'm glad I've seen him. I've seen him on social media. He on his Instagram. He can still do the voice really well, but you can his age is definitely showing, and a lot of
it is the same character.
yeah. But the thing is, I just don't think anyone else could do that voice or do his voice. His version of Wolverine is iconic in and of itself. Do most people don't remember who did the voice of Wolverine in X-Men Evolution? They just don't. Now, the only reason people remember Steve Bloom in Wolverine and the X-Men because he's done a lot of voice. He also was the voice of Spike Spiegel, so he's kind of already he's kind of a established. But yeah, Cal Dodd, his Wolverine voice is just too iconic, and
Do they get paid if they do more than one character, or do they
Well,
just get paid?
Well, that's if for Madeline Pryor and Jean Grey, that's going to be Jennifer Hale is doing that voice, so how is she going to do that? And plus, she did the voice of Carol Danvers in Avengers: Earth's Mightiest Hero. So if they bring Carol in, she going to voice that one too? 3 paychecks?
It's actually going to be because you've got the old character of Jean Grey playing that woman.
Mm-hmm.
What's her name? Cooper.
Oh, Charlie Cooper.
You mean Val Cooper?
Yeah, that's it. Val Cooper.
Oh, Val Cooper. Yeah, Charlie
Yeah,
Cooper.
Catherine Disher. She played Jean's voice in the old cartoon. Catherine Disher, apparently she's going to be Val Cooper in this new series. And it looks like Val Cooper is going to show up. And I think from what I've heard, it's going to be in the final 3 episodes, that 3-episode arc.
Do you think you actually see human-controlled Sentinels like we did in the comics at one point?
I remember that.
Yeah, that was under one though.
Sentinel mech suits.
Yeah, but that was under the Organization 1, which I forget what it stands for.
But that happened after House of M. That was like they were using that to monitor what few mutants were left. It was like mutant population was like 198 at one point, and they used they were just kind of monitoring them. So yeah, I don't know if they're going.
Let's be fair. They put them on basically a reservation.
Yeah, it was a dark time, but honestly, the post-House of...
we're going to protect you. We're going to put all these giant killer robots that were used to kill you to protect you, and all mutants have to go under this one area. And you cannot leave.
This time. Well, actually, you do see Beast in the short clip actually get inside one of them and start controlling it.
Yeah, he's smart. He's done that. Yeah, I can totally see him doing that.
Wasn't War Machine part of that? He was piloting one of those things.
Yeah, he was at one point. Yeah, but with that particular part, I don't think they could do House of M. I did hear actually from Chris Yost and Craig Kyle that season 3 of Wolverine and the X-Men, if they had gotten that far, would have been all House of M. They would have done an entire season on House of M. So that was something else we were robbed of. Yeah,
I'm going to turn you down if you go to that.
Yeah, that makes it worse. I know.
I can kill the pair of you two. If you'd have gone to Comic-Con in Canada, you could have actually seen the first episode.
Yeah, I know. I didn't know it was coming, though. That's the thing. I didn't realize it was in Toronto. I didn't know it was going to be that. If I had known ahead of time, I probably would have actually gone there. But unfortunately, now every hotel within a 5-mile radius is probably going to be booked. So screw that.
Yeah.
Your reaction was just funny. It made me laugh. The last stream, and I was like, wait, check this out. You were like, ah.
Yeah, because someone said it was originally it was the fuck was it?
The first episode.
No. They misread the con. They said a different con in in Canada. I'm like, huh? No, TwitchCon. Yeah, originally it would say TwitchCon in Canada. What TwitchCon? I remember that. I was looking up there's then someone corrected them oh no, I meant Comic-Con. Oh really? And I looked it up
me.
Yeah, so I looked it up and I'm like,
what do you mean someone? That was me.
So I looked it up and I was like, Toronto in was it March or something? And then it was damn it. I wish I knew that ahead of time.
Oh god, that's happened again. That happened once before.
Toronto's not that far from me. It's just maybe a 4-hour drive or something like that. I could do that.
You've just done exactly what happened about 10 years ago with me when I was first playing War Thunder. One guy said, "Oh, guys, by the way, I recruited this guy. He had the highest amount of kills to his name. His name is Thunder." I'm like, "Yeah, me." He goes, "Oh, it's you." I'm like, "Dude, I've been playing the last 3 hours with you, and you've only just actually not realised who it was." He goes, "No." We just literally took the piss. He's never actually lived that down even to this day. God, that was ages ago, man.
Yeah.
That was fun.
I just found something kind of cool. Apparently, a couple of things. One, the Deadpool Wolverine is going to be at least just over 2 hours for their film.
That's a lot, yeah.
Which is going to be...
That's going to go by fast, though.
Yeah. Also, I found this image, and I think, you know what?
Check-
This would actually work.
Yeah, put it in. Put it in.
Is
Oh
there, like,
yes,
article?
yes. I see.
like-
I just saw it.
Yeah, like Sydney Sweeney becomes
it
DC's
might be a
Power
bit
Girl in
too
comic book inspired fan art. And I'm like, this would actually work.
That
I
would
can
make
see her as
that movie would make $1 billion at the box office. I promise you. For reasons that
Honestly,
I don't
never
want.
knew who this person was until like the Madam Web. movie.
Yeah,
movie.
Madam
Yeah,
Web.
too
She
long.
was such a waste in that movie.
Yeah. Well, all of them were basically like. What?
Yeah, I don't think.
Her hair cut, or would she be Supergirl?
I mean, she
Power
can
Girl
cut
has
her
had short,
hair.
has
Like,
had long
her
hair
grows
before.
back. It's not that hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, but come on, dude. You know how women are with hair.
Well, some like besides, if you're going to go for an acting role and someone says, "Okay, you got the role, but you're gonna need to cut your hair to like shoulder length," and I'm like, okay,
You have to look at the original.
they're not gonna like turn down a big check for like just because of your hairstyle,
Jeez.
unless you're like basically like Hollywood royalty or something, like someone really famous that people will bend over backwards for. No, she is still young. She still has like a long career ahead of her.
But if
She's not gonna like turn down her role for just hairstyle.
But if she gets cast as Power Girl, I swear, yeah, that movie is going to make $1 billion. I mean, I will call it. I mean, I think if James Gunn
I've never
doesn't,
seen her before.
yeah,
I saw her in the film, like, okay, this is kind of cute. Then I see her like outside of the movie
Yeah.
as her actually how she actually looks. I'm like, wow, okay.
yeah,
She went
that's
from like cute like bookish girl in the movie to like really hot.
Yeah.
really fast. I'm like, what the hell? That's the same actress.
Yep. Trust me, people notice. Yeah, that will definitely. Yeah, that she would be a draw. Imagine if she got cast as Emma Frost. If she got cast as Emma Frost in the
I can see
MCU.
that. Well, she might be a bit young, but depending on what they're going with, I guess.
No, if she got cast as Emma Frost, yeah, that would make it. That would definitely help the box
and again,
office.
we've had two other actresses play Emma Frost that like those were.
Yeah.
I mean, the one in X-Men.
January
she was
Jones,
okay.
yeah, she was good. She was decent.
But then the one in X-Men or like Wolverine Origins, I'm like,
Nobody
What?
was good, dude. Nobody was good in that movie. Let's not. Let's not kid.
Frost.
Yeah, but
and she was like supposed to be that one girl's sister. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, who wrote this movie?
well, clearly someone who was off their meds because
Yeah, I remember there was a stage like thing where they got a bunch of people who were like, they got like Rob Liefeld there. They got a couple like the guy who played Colossus and someone else from there, and they were talking about. They showed the clip in Wolverine Origins with like Deadpool with a no mouth.
Yeah.
And he goes to like Rob, and Rob's like kind of gives it a half second, goes like, "Dude, what the fuck?"
I would that would be my reaction too.
I mean, when Rob Liefeld says like, "You fucked up," you fucked up.
Yeah,
Have you two actually seen how many deleted scenes there have been from X-Men Apocalypse?
Yes, I have. They had the whole mall scene, which they should not have cut that.
Oh
Yeah.
god, I was like, how many? How many?
They
I
cut
was
like
oh, God.
they cut
a
way
million
too
an
much.
hour.
Yeah. But then again,
Yeah.
remember they had like remember that there's an extended cut of Days of Future Past that it was like 17 extra minutes.
Yeah, I heard they also cut a shit ton of
Oh,
out of the Marvels too,
Yeah.
DVD, some-
which
Really?
explains like the really short runtime.
Yeah.
I'll tell you one thing. I have not seen X-Men Phoenix.
I have. I love that movie actually. I love Dark Phoenix.
Yeah, but many people said they hated it.
Well, but it's because everyone decided to hate that movie long before it came out. And I actually, one of my first videos on my YouTube channel is about Dark Phoenix. And people just don't give that
on
movie.
trailers. That's what it was.
Yeah, people didn't like the trailers because they just everyone decided to hate that movie before they ever saw it. And that's just stupid because if you go into, I saw that movie when it came out in theaters. I loved it. But at the same time, the fact that it wasn't in the MCU, I just think people held that against it because they knew the Disney and Fox were merging. So it just didn't care. And I think if that movie had come out like earlier, it would if that movie had come out in place of X3, it would have done so much better because it captured so much more of the actual substance of the story. But here's another thing I also heard. Dark Phoenix, that movie was supposed to be 2 movies. The first movie would have been kind of like on Earth, and then the second one would have been in space.
Could have actually nearly got a job where I would have seen nearly all the movies for nothing, because just before COVID, our cinema was reopening and they were hiring for people, and I actually went for the interview. It only didn't open because of COVID. And
Yeah.
I didn't get my job.
Sorry to hear that, dude.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, that's what I just posted what I was talking about. It was an Honest Trailers thing they were doing.
Yeah, honest trailers can be a little brutal sometimes.
We might see...
I think I timestamped it right when it's supposed to happen too. So
What do I get the feeling we could see
no,
in Deadpool 3? See
Oh, no.
where he pops into the X-Men 97 cartoon.
no, it wasn't.
Pops out.
Yeah. I mean, Deadpool actually pops up, like if Ryan Reynolds' Deadpool shows up in X-Men 97,
Yes. Yeah, and then
that would
just
be
pops straight out.
the most Deadpool thing ever.
No.
Like, for all knowing him, he used that to make a plug for Disney Plus. He goes, "Oops, sorry, wrong universe. Oh, by the way, X-Men 97 streaming on Disney Plus." That would be the most Deadpool thing ever. I would. Yeah. The sad thing is, Deadpool was supposed to show up in season 2 of Wolverine and the X-Men.
Actually, that would have been good to see him in Wolverine and the X-Men.
Yeah, he was supposed to. Yeah. There's another thing we were denied. Season 2 would have given us Age of Apocalypse. Season 3 would have given us House of M. Man, just it's painful to think how much we lost from that show.
Might still be hope. You never know. I mean, look at this. 97. How many years ago since it finished? And they're bringing it back.
20?
now?
Yeah. Over 20? Yeah. 20.
They might bring Wolverine X-Men back. You never know.
I would love it if they did that, but I don't know. It might be too late. I mean,
They do have a video of actually of how they made it. They went through character design,
Yeah.
stories,
Yeah.
scripts, and everything.
yeah, I think there might be some contractual things that would do that, but I don't know. If Craig Kyle and Chris Yost were up for it, I'd totally let them. I would totally.
We all knew what season 2 would have been.
Yeah, they set that up perfectly.
Hmm.
Yeah, it really is. It's frustrating. It is frustrating to no end. But I'm focused on mostly on X-Men 97 now. So again, my plan for this is when the first episode airs, I'm gonna try to jump on and do a quick reaction to it, and I'll try to do that for every episode.
They
But
said the 20th, but the 20th could be within 24 hours of that day. It could be 1 minute after midnight or one.
no, it's going to be 3 a.m. I looked it up. 3 a.m.
Like your time zone or the
My time zone.
where-
My time zone.
Okay.
What time zone?
I'm on Eastern Standard Time, same as like New York City. So
What time is it now for you?
it's about 5 o'clock.
Yep.
So yeah, if you're overseas, you might actually see it a little. You
7
might
o'clock my time.
the sun might be up. Yeah.
Well, actually, the way I see things, I will have to wait. But then again, if it's on the same time the Bad Batch is on, that will be on the first thing in the morning.
Multiple things to do. Definitely should be an eventful day to say the very least. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. And whenever I'm definitely more intrigued by the Fire Made Flesh episode to see what they're going to do with Sinister, Madeline, Jean, if they do that whole ordeal, because we saw Jean pregnant in the trailer, and
Yes, we did.
so something.
Referee shirt.
Yeah, but we also saw her in other clips. She's not pregnant. She's actually in the field helping the team fight. So something clearly happened. We don't know.
She deflated.
Or there's gonna be like some time skipping, or maybe this is gonna be like why you don't see Jubilee around. Like, okay, you're the youngest, you got to take care of that. You got baby duty.
Oh, that'd be funny. Well, Jubilee has cared for children before in the comics, so that wouldn't actually be outrageous.
And in the show, like she was like leading some kids around during like the final season where they changed up the animation style.
Yeah, exactly. That was the
Oh,
Jubilee's fairy tale story.
Yes.
That was a good episode. I liked that one. So that was also based on a cool comic from like I think it was 94. Long time ago. But yeah. And the other episode that I'm certainly is this life death. The thing is that there are like two of these life death arcs. It makes me wonder, what they're going to do with Storm, because it does seem like they're setting her up to play, like she and Cyclops are kind of like in leadership roles. So
they have been for a long time.
Yeah. So what's this going to mean for both of them? What kind of role will we know we know from the spoiler, from what people have said about the first two episodes, Cyclops kind of steals the show. So how is Storm going to make her presence felt? Because she always does. She did that a lot in the old series. So makes me wonder what.
I wonder if they're gonna bring in the Morlocks again, because she took over leadership role.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, we did see Callisto, so the Morlocks are still around. So who knows? Maybe that's what this deals with. The life death. It'll bring the Morlocks back into the picture. That might explain why we saw Callisto.
Thing in the comics called the Morlock Massacre.
Yes, there was. Yeah, but I don't think they're going to do a massacre in the cartoon. If they do, they're going to have to change some things. I mean, they changed up the Phoenix Saga, so they could definitely change up the Morlock Massacre. Or maybe they'll save that for season 2. Who knows?
Yeah.
Bring Secret Invasion in.
Secret Invasion? What you mean with the Skrulls? That's more of an Avengers story. And plus, Earth's Mightiest Heroes already did that story perfectly. So you can't improve on perfection. Avengers EMH, that was Secret Invasion was perfect. The way they handled it. Right. So I don't think hold on, let me take this image somewhere else. All right. So, oh wait, let me bring back. So yeah, that's my plan for X-Men 97 with respect to my reaction. I don't know if it'll do a weekly thing, because I also sometimes try to do comic reviews. I want to keep reviewing like Ultimate Spider-Man. The new issue of Ultimate Spider-Man is coming out, not this coming week, but the next week. And I definitely want to keep doing that one.
One thing, we've gone through the whole episode, and not once have you mentioned, what was it? Ultimate Black Panther 2.
Yeah, I reviewed that. That actually, I wasn't sure we were going to get to that, but I really like how the second issue kind of set things up, because it was sort of teased that when that was announced that we knew Storm was going to be part of that series, but we also knew they also said she was going to be romantically linked to Killmonger. But now in the second issue, it implies that she's going to have a child with T'Challa. So what's going to go on with that? So I'm very curious to see how that plays out, because there are no Avengers, there are no X-Men, there's no Fantastic Four in this new Ultimate Universe. So what does that mean? Yeah. So
is there astonishing X-Men?
We'll see, but we'll see.
I know you hated X-Men, Ultimate X-Men #1.
Oh yeah, that was terrible. But Ultimate Black Panther, I'm kind of hoping that sets things up, at least with respect to Storm, because if she kind of made, I would like it if Storm became the catalyst, or if she kind of took on a leadership role for mutant characters, and in this new Ultimate Universe, I'd be totally in favor of that. Let Storm do what she needs to do, and yeah, that would definitely help set Ultimate apart in a good way.
I can't remember where I posted it. It might have been in your video or on the Discord. I found it very difficult in Ultimate X-Men to actually read the Dark Shadows sort of writing, see what he was saying. I was like,
yeah, here's the thing. People all keep saying that's Shadow King, but there's literally no clue as to who that is. We have absolutely no idea.
Hard to say. I mean, Shadow King could come back.
I wouldn't mind seeing it in X-Men 97. Shadow Cat.
Yeah.
She arrived in Pride of the X-Men, and then...
Well, that didn't take off, unfortunately.
Yeah, that was just that was a pilot. That was like a failed pilot. And, Kitty Pryde, she had plenty to do in X-Men Evolution and in Wolverine and the X-Men. But
Who knows though? But after this season with the Hellfire Club, maybe Emma Frost does start in the Massachusetts Academy, and the X-Men do try and recruit her. And well,
They recruit Kitty Pryde would be a good recruit if they wanted to go that route. Maybe like
Yeah,
what
that's
about
true.
Firestar?
that'd be a season 2
But-
plot, like a rival school that with Emma Frost. That would be interesting because we do know Emma Frost was
Oh yeah,
also
was it what's her name? Firestar?
Firestar. Yeah,
Harley-
Angelica.
She started off as like an X-Men character, still.
Yeah, she
before
did.
New Warriors.
Yeah, and now she actually is. She has been in the X-Men comics for a while now, but she often
Can
sometimes
we just take a
she
few
goes
minutes silence for Battle Ram,
for who?
the horse?
Oh, okay. Okay, that's enough silence. But yeah, just checking a few more. I can't find too many other details about.
I actually have at
Yeah.
Firestar's original, the first comic she was in somewhere here.
Oh, hold on to that. That might be valuable one day.
I'm not sure if they're reprints though. They might be.
You probably
I
are.
read them like a
But
year
yeah.
ago.
Yeah, if like a future season of X-Men 97, because we know Emma Frost is actually I think she's supposed to show up in like some part in the last 3 episodes. If she branches off and starts her own school, yeah, Firestar and Kitty Pryde could be be among her recruits, because she has worked closely with Kitty. She's worked with Firestar. She's also worked with Banshee, and Banshee's is definitely in the. He was in the old series, so there's certainly there's certainly a foundation there. Depends on what they want to do with, or if they're going to do anything with Emma Frost in this show. So, yeah, maybe they'll save some stuff for future seasons.
Yep.
Time will tell. But, all right, guys. Well, we've been at this for about 2 hours now.
Yeah, I gotta
So,
go grab something. to eat. I'm getting
yeah.
kind of hungry.
All right. Well, I just want to say again, Thunder, Agent-G, both of you, thank you very much. I'll be sure to place links to your Discords. I mean, links to your Twitch streams on on the description for this stream.
All right,
And
thanks.
and everything else, yeah. I want to say thanks everyone in the chat. David Deister, thanks again for joining, and Nikki Poole, definitely we'll try to set something up for the future. But everything else, this was great. I'm glad we had a chance to do a stream, and yeah, keep an eye on my channel for my X-Men 97 reaction this Wednesday. And meantime, thanks a lot, guys, and thank you all, everyone. Thanks for joining me in my world. Until next time, take care and stay safe.